Okay, first off, I just want to say whether you are on my team or you are not on my team, um, well, we are still on each other's team. Okay, we're still cheering for each other, and we are still sidelines. And I can tell you that throughout this time, sidelines are what are going to propel you forward, because you're going to see you're either going to see your sidelines growing, or you're going to grab hands and you're going to use them as accountability partners. You're going to be inspired by those sidelines. You're going to, and here's the thing, and I really want you to, before you can go from a place of growth, before you get to a place of growth, you have to come from a place of gratitude of where you're at, where you're currently at. And there's no room for like any ill feelings towards others when you're in that place. Okay. Like you can't be jealous and grateful at the same time. So I know that there's a lot of things going on right now, guys. And I really, really want to start this off with, first off, we are in a new week, a new month. And I really want to strongly encourage you to just kind of be a little sensitive to things going on right now around the world, and know that even sometimes when we don't mean harm, it can be really hurtful to people, because people are going through different situations. And I'm talking from both sides of everything. Okay, we have people of all areas on the Zoom tonight and on our team. And we want to make sure we're spreading love, we're educating, we're understanding, we're seeing why people are hurting and what's going on. And I want you guys all just to know, like, we can all come through this together. We just have to continue to remember that, listening to each other and making sure that people are heard, and safe. Heard and safe. Okay. So with that said, let's switch gears. And wow, congratulations to an incredible month of May. I know for my team, it was absolutely record-breaking month of May. We have never had a higher month in May. And it was, and even though it wasn't our highest month ever in sales, it was our highest month with regular volume and no bonuses. And for that is some epic shit right there. Okay. Let me just tell you, that is what this is made of. When I started in this business, I had been crippled by bonuses. And what I mean by that is that I think everybody always wants the bonuses. Okay. They're always like, where's the bonuses? Where's the bonuses? Where's the bonuses? And then they're disappointed. And people that came from my previous business know that those bonuses can be very crippling. So I really love how Lavelle kind of is very random when they come out with them, and it's not like a predicted thing, because here's why. People will run really hard for bonuses and then they lose rank, or not only lose rank, but you're a double punch gut. You lose the bonus, and then all of a sudden you've come out of the end of it and your checks now suck. Okay. So we do have we had the GOAT promo last month and so forth, but let's be honest with ourselves, guys. The GOAT promo, if you saw a really big increase in your check last month, then you are killing it on personal volume. Okay. Cause that's really where that extra money was coming from. And I want to encourage you this month to stay focused on that. Stay focused on that 500 club, that 1,000 club, that 1,500 club, that 2,000 club. I was talking to Jessica Kurt earlier, and she's like, I want to go 12K. I want to go 12K. And I was like, okay, well, you got the 6 last month. She's like, no, I didn't. And I was like, well, you did in my brain. And here's the thing. I want you guys this. I said, listen, you don't need to focus on people going 4K. Yes, it would be amazing. But what you need to focus is on your own actions, your own personal growth, and then setting small goals and meeting those people on your team where they're at. Okay. If they are not runners, guys, no matter how much you try to choke them into working or bribe them. Listen, I'm a briber, okay? Like, it's a love language. I'm just going to be honest with you. I am a briber. I'm like, let me dangle this little carrot. I will go broke trying to dangle a little carrot in front of people, okay? Like, trying to push you to get out of your comfort zone and go. And I want you to realize this is like, you cannot motivate anybody but yourself. So if you know that the only person that you can motivate is yourself, then this is when you need to get that time management, that game plan going. You guys, there are zero excuses. I was up till 1:30 last night. I was back up at 6 o'clock this morning, jumped in the shower, went live on Facebook while I got my makeup and did my hair. Like, who am I? Then I went to work and I even took a selfie. I was like taking quizzes and I'm like posting on Facebook trying to reply to people and taking quizzes all morning. And then I left work and I came home and then I went and did a workout an hour, like, half hour down the road and back. And then now I'm on a Zoom and I've been plugging in and talking all day and I've got to draw all my winning things for my team after this. But here's the reality. Was it a perfect day? No. Ask my personally enrolled. Did I reach out to my personally enrolled and say, hey, guys, what are your goals? Have I been talking back and forth? Have we been communicating? Yes. Okay. Your day one out of the next 30, make it count. Okay. Did you thrive today? Yes or no? If you didn't, then boo. If you are on this Zoom right now, then I suggest taking a screenshot of it and entering the contest that I put out. Okay, making sure you get a point for if you're on my team, like I'm running a promo this month for you to participate, to get on. You get entries when you actually get on stuff, right? But you got to prove that you're on it and you've got to say what your aha moment is so that there's a learning and absorbing, and then you can go and apply it. Okay, and you're going to hear some awesome things. But also reaching out to those promoters on your team to find out their goals, to know where they're at. I have a notebook right now and it's going down with the people that tell me their goals on that post, and I'll be writing them down later. All the 4Ks will be on one page, all the 12Ks will be on another, all the 40Ks will be on another, all the 80Ks will be on another, and all the 200Ks will be on another. Guess what, guys? Sometimes people fall clear backwards, all the way back, okay? And they have to start clear back here and those baby steps back. We can't expect somebody to get from 0 to 200K overnight, right? And so that means that we have to figure out what's going to create that momentum. And I'm going to tell you right now, time and time again, every time that my business was at the highest of me signing people, that's when I had the most VIPs happening. That's when I had the most people reaching out to me on a daily basis. That's when my team was winning all around me. And the same as now. Like, so my goal this month is to get some new VIPs and also my current personally enrolled to help them hit their goals. And we've got a couple people that, we are really zoned in on what it is because they want to get very aggressive. And they have said, no, I'm going 12K. Stephanie Cash is like, I'm going 12K. Like, I'm making this shit happen. Jessica Curtright, she's like, I am going to make this happen. And she knows that she's got a lot of life on her, but she can't make it happen just on her own. I mean, you can. Shout out to Tina Bow if she is on tonight. She really didn't have anybody working on her team and she went 12K last month. So it is proven that it can absolutely happen. So I'm going to bring on the first guest tonight. And that's going to be Cindy. I think Cindy would probably be the best guest. And we're going to talk about, listen, hang out here, guys. Please do not get off this Zoom early unless you absolutely have to, because we are going to be talking about all of the announcements that happened earlier on the call. We have some really cool things that are in the works, but also I want to teach you how to get those double and triple fast start bonuses, even if you have no money to your name right now. Okay. Like, that's the name of the game. I want to teach you how to make this money, even if you have zero money right now, and how you can offer promos and things like that to your team and so on. Right. So Cindy, are you on, hun? So give you guys a little bit of,
I am.
Oh, yay. Okay, great. Awesome.
I'm trying to mute my messenger because it won't shut up. Like it just won't stop and I don't know how to mute it.
I don't know. I just turned my ringer off. My phone's always on silent. I just always turn it off. I was in a meeting today and worried my watch was going to keep on
Okay, it's good. It's off now.
Okay,
it's off now. We're
awesome. Okay, so guys, listen. There was a really specific reason why I asked Cindy to hop on here tonight. And Cindy, is it okay if I give like just a little bit of background? I'm not going to give a whole bunch up because I want you to tell your story, but I just want to say what's happened over the last like couple months. You know,
you can do whatever you want.
Okay, so really the first time I met Cindy was at a leadership retreat that Amanda Hall had a couple years ago. Gosh, I can't believe it's almost been 2 years now. And I'll tell you guys, like Cindy at that time really didn't have that. I don't feel like you had that confidence yet, you know, and she has been using the product. She's been thriving. She's definitely developed the story. She's had a lot of life happen. She just had surgery. What was that, in March? Was surgery in March?
Yes.
In April. Okay, I couldn't remember if it was March or April. She had surgery in March or April or March, and then Cindy had somebody that she signed last month that went VIP 800, VIP 1600, and then she went 4K. In fact, I think she got to 6K or something like that. And she last month was way down. Okay. Like she got distracted, joined another business, because here's the thing. Sometimes we get confidence. We think, oh man, we've got this business happening. We've got all this stuff. And then we join other businesses and think, oh, well, I'll just do this. I'll just do that. And guess what? You burn your market. Boom. Nobody wants to hear you now because now they just think you're trying to sell to them. Okay. And it gets very distracted. But the thing is that Cindy, throughout this, she had gone from, you weren't even like 4K ranking at 4K, like what, 2 months ago?
No, I did 4K in March of last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did hit 4K in April of this month and Candace was most of that, but then I got the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yep. Okay. So, and here's the thing. I looked at Cindy's numbers last night and I want to say this, guys. So she hit 4K in April. All right. She just got the rest of that volume outside of that big leg that was happening in her organization to hit 4K for the first time in over a year. All right. Last month, Cindy finished up the month $700 short of 12K. And you want to know what that young lady messaged me? And yes, I'm calling you a young lady.
Thank you.
She literally, you guys, she said, it's okay. I'm going to have a glass of wine because I'm going 12K next month. I'm going to tell you something about mindset. The fact that she, and also, wait, one more thing I'm going to say before I let her go off. Because I know you've got, I want you to share like some things that shifted in you. You guys, that big leg that she just got out of and made to 4K the month before, that big leg had $360 of volume of that 11,000, like almost 11,000 that she had. Okay. So Cindy's personal PV, I'm going to let you take over, Cindy, and tell people a little bit about yourself and your story, and what what's changed, because I want you to tell them what your PV last month was.
Okay. So my PV last month was just shy of like 7,000, I think. I would have to pull the screenshot up because when I look at numbers, I get so nervous and so flustered. And that was with converting 2 customers. Like 2 of my bigger customers converted to promoters. So I lost some PV. It was mine, but it went to QV. So I lost some, but I didn't let it phase me. Like I told Hannah, I said, I'm claiming the 2K club anyway, because that girl switched over to promoter, but she was a customer when I sold her the $220, and my girl Libby switched over to promoter, but she was a customer when I sold her the $194, and she was a customer when I sold her referral that first order, and I helped her referral get her 2 referrals. So like my girl Christy Van Dyke, she's thriving for free, and she's not even technically my customer anymore, but I still went through the referral process with her. And she does the posts, and then she throws me in the referral chats, is what I call them. And I messaged Libby and I said, hey, I know you're not really working in the business right now because you're at work, but hey, can I have your login information so I can transfer these credits that I promised when they were still my customers?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm really happy with where I ended up on my volume, even though, I ended up short, but you know what? So what? I tried until the very end, like literally 11:58. I was like, you know what? I could go in and do my own order, but I'm not going to do it because I want customers to order. So I don't really know what shifted in me so much as like I was off work because I had that surgery March 4th. And Amanda, when you met me, I was a mess because my son was going into the Army. I was a
I
mess.
remember.
So, and he's still there and he's in Germany 3 years, we're 7 months down, but that's a whole nother thing. But, in March, I was like, you know what, I'm going to have this surgery. I'm going to be off work. I can dig in, I can dive in. Well, then recovery took a little bit longer and the Rona hit. And so that was a whole nother fiasco. But, towards the end of April, I was like, you know what? Why don't, instead of this host to post, and you guys, Kayla's newsletters are life. Like, it was about mid-April when I could finally focus again, because I don't know if y'all have ever had a hysterectomy, but oh my God, it messes with all the things. And even with the Thrive, I was struggling to focus. And I finally got that zoned back in, and I was going, her wording, you guys, her wording is key. Take that, copy it, message it to yourself, then edit the parts you need and send it out to your people. Like, she does the work for you. And I tried to host a post and I was like, this is an amazing idea. But I had some people messaging me back, off of those referral posts or whatever. And they're like, well, I don't know you. You mean to tell me Stephanie isn't using that product? No, I'm not interested. So I was like, okay, well, I have to twist this. And she's actually a daycare aunt, but she joined just as a customer, and she's like, okay, how do I get it free? I said, you know what? I was doing this other, but will you try something for me? Like, will you try this and see what happens? And she said, sure. What do you want me to do? And I literally just had her post, enough is enough. I'm making a change. Thank you so much. And she tagged me, and I took it from there.
Wait,
so,
stop right there. What you just said, you took something that was working, but you felt like it needed some kind of shift. So you asked a customer and you were willing to try something new. Okay. You were willing to try something new and asked your customer to just put you out there. And then you said one last thing there that I want to point out to every single person. You said, she tagged me and then I took it from there. You taking over anybody that liked or commenting or anything like that is everything, you guys, when it comes to referrals and helping your customer thrive for free. Okay, go ahead, Cindy. Sorry.
Okay, no, that's fine. And she's been amazing too, because sometimes, Facebook doesn't alert you of the things. And if I don't respond within, an hour or so, she'll message me and she'll say, hey, Cindy, did you see Tina commented on that post? Girl, no, I didn't. Let me go message her. And she's like, no, that's fine. I'm just going to throw in a group chat. Can I do that instead? Well, yeah, you can. So I have like a whole bunch of referral chats. But that's kind of what shifted in me. And I was like, even I have my customers that are willing to do the posts like that and let me take it from there and get them driving for free. And I have some that, for whatever reason, they have no interest. But I got to looking back, and I do have one customer that has been with me since, I want to say June of 2018, and I joined in March. And I said, you know what? Every time I offer her Thriving for free, she says, no, thanks, I'm not interested. Well, you know what? I don't care if she's not interested, because I'm not at a point where I can give back to her personally, but I dang sure can give her 2 customers. So that's what I did. And she does not know it yet. She will know it when I text her tomorrow. And she's not Thriving completely for free. Her 2 people I got, one was 106 and one was 164. And that's something I've done too, is I've shifted when I talk to my people. I let them know I can get you Thriving up to free, because I can't promise you that your people want the same bundle that you're on. I can't promise you that your bundle that works for you is what they need. And I really stress that I can't tell everybody to get the 3 steps and white label and sculpt, because not everybody wants that. Not everybody needs that. In fact, I have one girl now, she's looking at ordering, the 3 steps and adding build. She wants to gain weight. Um, and I don't have very many people that want to gain weight. So I can't promise her to sign somebody, to get any of her referrals to do that. As far as team, I do have my little team chat, and I pop in there with promos sometimes. And if they want it, they want it. If they don't, they don't. I did dangle, like you said, when I first started, I was like, I'll do this if you do this, and it didn't work. And I have one girl, she keeps coming back every now and then, and she's all interested, and she's going to order, and she doesn't. And that's fine. I got to the point, I'm like, I'm moving forward. This is what I'm going to put out there for them. And I tell them in the team chat, if you want this, I want you to message me directly, because my messenger is going crazy and I'm probably not going to see if you put it here. So message me directly. And that's worked out pretty well. One of my promoters that's been sitting kind of doing nothing, she's now putting me in those chats, and she's messaging me every day and like, okay, what do I do? What can I offer? This is what she wants. I'm like, if you put her in a chat with me, and that's been the hardest part, you guys, when your upline says, put me in a chat with your potential, put her in a chat with your potential, for God's sake. Help me help you. Instead, it saves you so much time, because if you go ahead and put them in, then I can help you and you can learn that way. But if you're not screenshotting it to me and you're literally voicing it to me, and then I have to listen to it and try to figure out, well, where was the conversation to begin with? I'm not big on wasting time. I have moved on from, and that's another thing that clicked. Like, I send a message, I put it out there. You're going to message me back and want it, or you're not. It's that simple.
That's gold. Please, everybody, please. You don't sit around and wait for the person to reply. They either reply or they don't. Period. End of story. You just send the message. You do the work, right? And Cindy, a lot of people are asking, like, what kind of referral post? But you guys, she literally just told you, and you might have missed it because it was so basic, like legit, so basic that I think we overthink it. We think we got to say all the words, okay? But you don't have to say all the words. She said enough is enough. And then, that she was ready to try something different, and she tagged Cindy. Boom.
Yep.
It was that simple. So try not to overcomplicate it. Just keep it straightforward, and to the point. And yeah, Cindy's not lying. She's not lying. Cindy's got me in like 1,000 chats. Okay. She's not lying. But Cindy also knows that if she needs me in one of those chats, she's just got to tag me. I can't open them up. She knows I don't have time to sit there and open all of them up all day. But if she needs me, she knows that she can tag me, and I'll jump in there and help.
Right. And the reason I do those, like, in a couple, and one of those girls, she went VIP 800 at the beginning of May, and then she just stopped. She just stopped. So I'm like, okay, and I reach out to her every couple of days. I know she just bought a house and she's moving, and I'm like, okay, you're thriving for free. That's all that matters. If that's what you want, that's what I want for you. Yeah. And especially when you start a new promoter, you want to get them in a chat. And if you're putting them through the bot and they actually follow the bot and you don't have them in that chat, they're going to message you and be like, okay, who's my 80K? Who's my 200K? Because this bot's telling me that you're supposed to introduce me. Well, I've already made that VIP push chat, and I put myself in there and her, and, all the way up to Amanda Arnett. And the reason for that is so they see there is a flow of support there. And if I'm not available, these people are, and you can message in there. And, and sometimes, I'm just going to warn you, sometimes your new people, they won't like that group chat, and they're going to message you privately anyway. They're going to go in there and read what was put in there, and then they're going to come message you and ask you about it. So then you might have to actually go back to that chat that you may not have opened yet and find out what the heck they're talking about, because they're not there yet. And I will tell you, my confidence is still not 100%. I do still struggle some days. I don't want anybody to think that, I'm like super confident, because I do still struggle some days. But I put on that, I just kind of go and I give myself a couple of minutes, and then I get right back to it. Like, don't totally ignore all your feelings, because if you don't work through them, they're just going to bottle up until you shut down. And then when you shut down, you have to start all over. So, like, if you let yourself get so bad that you shut down for a week, well, you got a week to make up times 3, because I don't even remember who put that basic rule of thumb in marketing out there. If you take a week off, it's going to take you 3 times that to get back where you were. If you take a month off, it's going to take you 3 times that. In fact, my original upline, and she's one of my best friends, she took like a year off. So, and I don't know if she's watching, but Hannah and I have spent like the last month or so re-coaching her and reteaching her because she took that time off. She needed it off. And she's got that amazing mindset too that, and I've told her when she starts to get discouraged, I say, Angie, listen, what did I tell you? Yeah, she is on here. She has commented. What did I tell you? You took a year off. You basically started from scratch.
Mhm.
And, just kudos to her today. Her volume is at like $500 or something today in one day. And it's just an old customer that came back and a new person she signed. And I'm like, well, holy shitballs.
Mhm.
So y'all hope your kids aren't there, but that's just how I feel. And you just have to keep that excitement going. And it didn't even hit me until today. Like, it's the little things. I look at the small baby steps. Small baby steps are so important, even if you don't realize it. Um, you know, I I was telling Hannah and the girls in our little team leader chat, and I said, you guys, I may not have hit 12K this month, but I helped 10 people thrive for free. Well, free
10.
product. I helped 10. And it did not hit me until this afternoon when I was talking to my son, because he's almost 14 and he's got a girlfriend. And so they had a date day, and I was driving him. He said, so Mom, did you hit it last night? And I said, no, I didn't, Bub. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I said, don't be sorry. I said, I helped 10 people thrive for free. He said, well, what's that mean? And I said, it means I gave them all 2 referrals. And I said, well, holy shit, I signed 20 people. Like, it didn't even hit me that I had signed that many people. I was just concentrating on the ones that I was helping thrive for free. Like, how'd I miss that? And he said, Mom, that's amazing. And I said, it is. It really is. He said, well, when you had that glass of wine last night, I just thought you hit it because my kids know, you guys know this now, I don't drink. But I got given that bottle of wine before Mother's Day. And I told Hannah, I said, if I hit 12K, I'll open it. If I hit 12K, I'll open it. And I got close enough that I said, forget it, I'm opening it. And by the way, it didn't taste very good, but I drank it anyway because I deserved it.
I'm like
Um,
got tears in my eyes, Cindy, because literally you shifted your focus to how you could help people. And and literally like it's such a and you're not worried about like, listen, either you're coming along with me or you're not. Like, but I'm gonna help you anyways if you're coming, like and you focus in your mindset, just the growth that I am seeing right now is like you have the growth and the wisdom and the mindset of somebody that's going to go to the top of this company. And
well, that's what I
it's
think.
not I mean it's not going to be overnight. It's going to take that
Mm-mm.
time, and you're going to you're going to build that team along the way. But I hope that there's somebody on here right now that is listening that it wasn't 4K or isn't 4K yet, that realizes that literally like this is what the progression is like. And Cindy shows up, guys. She's not, listen, Cindy can't make it to this all the time at 9 o'clock on Monday nights. Why? Because she has to prioritize her time and she has family time. But guess what Cindy always does? She always listens to the recording.
Recordings are life, because you guys, you can turn that on while you're taking a shower, cooking the lunch, cooking dinner even. I work at a daycare. I turn them on at nap time, and I just listen to it. And if my coworker is like, hey, Cindy, I'm like, okay, I'll just plug in my earbuds. You just have to fit it in there. And then today, in my, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, because I have a whole new plan for this month. And I'll share it with everybody. Maybe it'll work for you too. I don't know if it's going to work for me, but I'm going to try it. This week, I am going to focus on getting those minis out, but then they dropped the $25 credits for all new customer accounts. I'm like, well, shoot. So I'm going to rework it. I'm going to figure it out. Um, but get those minis out like this week, because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't push the minis because I was not a day 1 thriver. I almost quit. I was a day 14 thriver. So when I sell minis, I feel like sometimes, what if they don't feel it? So I make it very clear to them, and I always push them to do a 6-day, and I make it very clear. I never ever promise you results in these 6 days, but I do promise you that you'll see how easy it is. And I tell them my story. It took me 14 days. Um, and this month I really have to bust down, and I've got it all mapped out. If I can do 5 customers a day, 5 customer orders, be it my personal orders or help my promoter get an order in, I'm going to be 22,000 at the end of the month.
can I just tell you this? Wait.
Yes.
She finished off. She didn't quite hit 12. Okay. And she just told you what she needed to figure out minimum, like for her to get 22,000 this month, not 12, not the bare minimum of what she needs to hit her goal, but 22,000. Do you realize? Okay. So if she goes for 5 a day, not just her, but within her organization, that means her team finding out, do they need help? Can I help you? Customer referrals. And that's what she focuses on every single day. She's going to go towards 25, 22, 25,000. You guys, that's gold right there. That's gold.
Yeah, I told Hannah I was doing 12K and she said, no, you're going 25. So I had to math it out. And I got a text message today from my boss because, you guys, I am not back to work yet. We just now got all of our kids back up, so our numbers are there, but my body is not there. And this job that I thought I had secure because it is a small town, and she told me your job will be here as soon as you're healed. Well, now she's cutting my hours. She's hiring people and cutting my hours because I'm not at 100% healed yet. But she said I can't come back until I'm 100% healed, but she wants me back in 2 weeks. Well, that's fine. And I just told her, I said, I can't wait to, be back to 100% so I can have my, work my normal hours, have normalcy in my life. And her reply was, I kid you not, I don't know what kind of hours I'm going to be able to give you because I just hired so and so and so and so.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, then my goal in the next 2 weeks is to ensure that I am on path to not even need that day job. Because my ultimate on my dream board, my ultimate there is, y'all are going to call me crazy because I am a single mom of 5 kids. My ultimate goal is to be a stay-at-home foster mom. Because
Darn it, Cindy.
I'm going to cry. I know.
Freaking a
Well,
hot mess.
I work at the daycare, and we have these foster kids that come through there. And it's not that daycare is bad for them. It's that they are so confused already. And they've been ripped from mom or dad or back and forth, and they need stability. And will I ever tell you I'm the best mom? Well, hell no, I won't. I'm not the best mom, but I'm a damn good one. My kids know they're loved, and that's what I want for these other ones. I spent many years saying, I could never do that. I couldn't do it because I'd have to give them back. But then probably about a year and a half ago, I read an article, and it was a foster mom, and she said, this is why I do this. What if I'm the only love that child ever knows? And what if that little bit of time I had that child saves his life 10 years down the road? So that's what I want.
And your why is making you cry, and everybody else freaking on here right now. Jesus
yes.
Christ. For real. Like for real. And
so
I see it's that mission. It's that reason bigger than you that pushes you out of your comfort zone, and you find a way and you just start doing it. Cindy, I love you, and I mean I could just have you on here all night long. Because
I do want to say one thing if I can. I wanted to say that whole goat thing they came out with, and I hope they do it again sometime. If you can ever run and do double commissions, you guys do it. In 3 weeks of May, and you guys, I'm probably going to cry again. I went live with this, and it tore me up because it didn't hit me until I said it out loud. But in 3 weeks, I made enough money for round trip airfare to go see my son in Germany. And it really sucks because, you guys, I was going to go ahead and just buy that damn plane ticket for this fall or even February. That way I had the plane ticket and no excuse to not go. But you can't book international flights right now. So instead I bought he's almost 14 and he has big old feet, and he's always had to just kind of settle for whatever pair of shoes I can afford. And we always have to get him Nike because he has the long, narrow feet. Heaven forbid he have long, fat feet. And, and he always just has to settle for what's on sale, even if he doesn't like it. And God love that kid. I offered to buy him the $200 pair of LeBrons he wanted. And he said, no, Mom, that's too much. And I said, Bobby, I've done really good. And you guys have been so patient with me. Let me buy you these shoes. And he said, well, what about these ones down here? They're a little less. And they're the low tops. And he said, I really like these ones better. And they were cheaper. I said, okay. But he had already been looking at a pair that was on clearance or on sale for $70 because he knows that's usually the range. I said, okay, you won't let me buy you the $200 shoes. Let me buy you that $140 pair of shoes and the $70 pair of shoes. And this week I made enough. I already know I'm going to have enough money that my child number 3, and he's 18, and I do not have the patience to drive with him. But for the first time ever, I went ahead and paid for his driving school. That was $419 that there is no way I could have ever done before. So yeah, since I couldn't go to Germany, I just splurged on the kids that are here.
Wow, I'm a hot freaking mess. I'm a hot mess. And you guys, that is exactly the reason why we do what we do, you know?
Yeah.
And Cindy, I love you. I thank you so, so much for sharing everything that you have tonight. I hope somebody on here right now is inspired, because I want you to dig deep with what it is that you want and what your purpose is. And somebody said, I don't even know where I heard it. It's like, what do you want your blueprint to be? I think it was Gary Vee. Said, what do you want your blueprint to be in this world? And that hit me hard. And like Cindy, her blueprint in this world is that she wants to be able to foster kids and make an imprint in their lives. You know, and I want you guys to realize, like, that's the kind of stuff that's going to keep you sending that message and not giving a shit if somebody makes fun of you, not giving a shit if somebody's rude to you, not giving a shit if somebody quits on you, not giving a shit about anything except for helping people. Okay. Cindy, you have just inspired, I think, all 155 people that are on right now. And I thank you so much for sharing everything that you did, because it was
Well, thank you for inviting me. Not gonna lie, I was a nervous wreck.
You did awesome.
Nervous wreck.
You did awesome, like beyond awesome. Thank you, hon.
Well, thank you for having me.
You guys, geez Louise, Lordy. Okay, so, all right, guys. So now I'm gonna bring on Hannah. Okay, I told you this is gonna be a powerful one tonight. Okay, it's gonna be powerful. So Hannah went 12K. What, Hannah? It's been a hot minute. What was that? Was that when double? Did you go 12K during double volume, or was it? When did you go 12K?
It's been 2 years since I was 12K.
Okay, so Hannah was 2 years since she was 12K. Hannah lost her mom. Hannah, her team, like, you know, really it was just like she lost her rank. Okay. Hannah had a new baby. Hannah bought a house. Hannah finished nursing school. Hannah started a job as a nurse. Hannah, how many kids you have?
I just had my 5th one in November.
Number 5. Okay. And in March, Hannah, you struggled with postpartum. Did you say you struggle with some postpartum? And then in March, her volume was 2,400. It was 2,462. Okay. Hannah finished last month at 27,899. 27,899. You guys, she hit 25K. And I have no doubt that she is not going to hit 40. Hannah, what was your final PPA?
41.
41. You guys, Hannah, how many hours a week do you work at your job?
With everything going on, I average about 60 to 64.
60 to 64 hours a week as a nurse.
Sorry I look tired, guys. I was up until about 2:30, 3 o'clock this morning with Cindy. And then I had to be up by 4 o'clock to get my kids ready, drop off at the babysitters, and go to work for 13 hours. And I've been on my phone since, and I have to be back at work at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, so what? And Hannah, how many customers you signed today?
I have already had 2, and I'm about to help 2 more promoters as well. I have somebody thriving free already.
Yeah, I knew that you had somebody thriving free already, because you told me while she was at work. Okay. What in the hell are we doing? Like, what? Seriously. My mind is blown. Hannah, I really would love for you to share with everybody what happened, like what flipped. Hannah wants, you know what? Hannah decided her why is that she wants to be able to be home. And, you know, when you go through a loss, especially a loss of a parent, and you guys, it was, yeah, I know I'm gonna try not to get emotional, but it was something that wasn't quick. It was something that lingered and it was there. And it was like she would get worse and then she would get better and then she'd get worse and she'd get better. And I can tell you, like, I have trauma. Like, I took 3 years off from nursing. Um, and Hannah became a nurse, you know, during that process. I took 3 years off from nursing after my dad died because of that trauma of that up and down cycle and that out of your control, can't help them. And then you see them, you know, pass. And I want to know what flipped in March. Like, what happened in your mind? Because Hannah is go, 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 go. And she is cheering on her team. She is fighting for it because she wants to be home. And what do you think? What do you think flipped?
So, those of you who have been with me, like, know I have battled nonstop with my mom for over 2 years. Sorry if I cry. Um, Surgery after surgery. She had a lot of health issues, but then a doctor paralyzed her stomach and never told anybody. Um, so she got very bad. I was going through nursing school, so even though my mom was being put on a ventilator, I couldn't be there for every surgery, even though there's a chance that she would never make it through, and that was really hard. I lost a lot of people in my family over it because I always wanted to be a nurse since I was 9. And that was my mom's like biggest passion is I had my first daughter at 16 years old. I still finished high school, but my mom made me promise that I would one day become a nurse, no matter if I was 40 years old. I would get through it and I would become a nurse. So when my mom started to get sick, I said, this is the time I need to do this. I want my mom to be able to see me finish nursing school. And my mom did. She got to be at my pinning. She got to be at my graduation from college. Um, by the way, my last term of nursing school, I was pregnant as well with my 4th child. So I finished nursing school, being pregnant with that. Then my mom, she got really, really sick and was put on hospice care at the beginning of last year. Okay, go, Sarah, go. And it was a long battle. She was put on hospice. We were told it would be 2 weeks. And she lived over 7 months. My mom was not my mom when she passed away. She was about 30 pounds when she passed away. And it was very hard because I was weeks away from having another child. So I got really depressed. Nobody really helped financially as far as her expenses. That was all me. And I think that played a big toll. I started a GoFundMe account, and one of her sisters tried to bash it, make it seem like I was just trying to pocket a bunch of money off people. So instead of just dealing with the stress, I said, screw it. I was working 72 hours a week, not ever seeing my kids to help put money towards my mom's funeral expenses. My kids, honestly, the last couple years, it's been rough. They've dealt without me a lot. They know that I have to work hard. My team, they didn't even know until recently that I went through postpartum depression because I've hit it, multiple times. I was still reaching out to them, even though I never personally was signing anybody. I didn't even care to sign anybody. I kept with the 4 people I had on my team that was working, and I just encouraged them to do their best and be their best, even though I wasn't. I tried to still be there and support them as much as I could, but they were understanding. They knew everything I had going on. And then I remember the fire that I had when Cindy signed Candace up and Candace exploded. It just was like a flashback to that was that was me. That's who I was when I first signed with Amanda Hall. That was my passion, and I kind of just let life get in the way. I let life be an excuse and cover up my why to why I wanted to do this so that I could finally get the time I want with my children. And so finally I just said enough is enough. Um, I seen everything through with my mom, and now it's time to focus on me. It's time to focus on my kids and do what is best. I don't want to work my entire life away. Yes, I love being a nurse. I love helping other people, but I don't want to have to work so many hours to provide. Um, and yes, nobody told me to go have 5 kids. I love children, but I don't want to have to work my life away to provide for them. And I want to be able to have more time to go do things with them to take, not really take away, but make up for the time that they had missed out on me going through nursing school. There was times where they were here with my boyfriend's family where I'd have to stay in Indiana nights after night with my mom. Um, Even when she was in hospice, I'd have to go all the way to Indianapolis. I know Joni, I had dropped them off to her multiple times. I didn't even know Joni. I just knew she was on the team. She had reached out and watched my kids so that I could be with my mom at the hospital in Indianapolis. So I just seeing Candace made me realize I can do this. I want this. So I had a long talk with my team, and I literally, Cindy can tell you, I have been on the phone with her every day for at least the last month or so. What can we do? What can we do to make today or tomorrow better than today? And that's what we're going to do. My original goal at the beginning of May was the 25K, and we surpassed it.
And Hannah, I want to say this, and I said it earlier. Candace lit that fire for you guys, but all she did was she reminded you guys exactly what was possible. And you guys, that's a powerful, powerful thing. Like when you see somebody, sometimes you can see somebody and you can get like super jealous, okay, of like what they've got going on. But here's the thing, sometimes if you dig deep, you can remember just exactly what you're capable of. And I can tell you guys, like, I've been just as guilty of that. I came in like a bat out of hell, okay, when I got started. And then I hit a wall. I hit a really big wall that I started seeing all these people growing all around me and promoting left and right. And then I had people that left and people that just like are non-responsive and I'm not sure if they're breathing at all. Like, I mean, literally. And then another level of that struggle in leadership sometimes is that struggle if you really want to see somebody freaking grow and you want to see them hit that next level. And it's just like, you feel like a lousy leader, and it's a lot, and I want you guys to take this. Candace came in and she might have got 6,000 that first month that she came in running like blaze of glory. Okay. But last month, when Hannah finished at 27,899, when Cindy almost went 12K, Candace's volume was $360. So I want you to realize what it did for them. It ignited them and reminded them. Hannah, what kind of actions are you doing on a daily basis?
I live in Messenger nonstop. People who say they're gonna do it and never do it, I follow up. Just messaging them, let them know I'm here. I do the same thing as far as Cindy. When people order, I have them, tag me in a post that they were just tired of being sick and tired. When they get their product, I also have them tag me with their excitement to start their product. If they message, I like follow up when I know that they're starting their first day. And when they message me and say, like, I had one message me the other day and she's like, I'm at work, like, and I am usually tired by midday. She said, but I can't get home. I can't wait to get home and, start doing more stuff. And I said, make a post about it and tag me.
Right there,
Let's get
right
you
there.
thriving for free.
Mm-hmm. Yep, right there, guys. The person's telling them how they're feeling. Hannah said, go make a post about that and tag me. And then guess what? She went and helped them. You guys, you're hearing a common theme here. They are digging into their customers, and then they are focused on helping. What can they do to help them thrive for free? They're not expecting their customer to do the work for them. All they need their customer to do is either tag them or allow them to make that post. You know, that's it. And then they're doing the work. It's like, listen, like these two ladies literally are doing like 12, like, what was your PPA? It was 41, but what was your volume? And I know you had some people convert too.
After having people convert, I still finished with 6,166.
In her PV. Yeah. And you guys, just in case you don't know, like your personal customer orders, like you're making good money. Like your checks are probably pretty darn good right now, I'd say. They've been pretty good, haven't they?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because of those customers. So even if you're not a rock star, even if you don't have like a rock star team under you, okay, I want you to understand that if you get focused on how many people you can help and what are you doing to grow your network right now? And I know
And
it's unfair because you kind of already had you already had a network that you've been building for the past couple years, but right now, are you doing anything intentionally, or are you just bouncing off their referrals?
I'm doing a lot of referrals, but my main thing is when I get paid, I post what the paycheck does for me, whether it's buying groceries, especially now during the pandemic, there's a lot of people out of work. So when I make posts about, how it just paid my water bill and electric bill, how it paid for my groceries, I think I made a post a while back how it bought it bought 4 of my 5 kids a new wardrobe. Stuff like that. And then people will just inbox me and they're like, how did you do that off this? Like, how did because I always put that I do it from my phone, and that's what gets them asking questions. Um, so that they don't think like I'm away from home doing all this work and that's where the money's coming from. I let them know that it's done from anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Jessica Cartwright, you better be making that post tomorrow. She's talking about all the things that she was able to pay, the kids buying clothing, all of this stuff, And Hannah, I have no doubt you're going to go 40K this month. I want you to stay focused. I want you to reach out to me anytime you need it. Like,
But
seriously,
I have one more thing to say. So
hey, you're good.
I've heard multiple people think that their problem is building a team. My problem has always been having such a strong leg. My team literally consists of maybe 5 people, and 3 of those are on the same team. So that had always been my strongest leg. I just now brought Christina on the beginning of this month, and she went VIP 800 and 1600 and 4K, and that
Wait,
is my
wait, wait, wait,
second
wait.
strong leg.
Can I ask you this?
Yeah.
How, like, did she just come in and go VIP 800, VIP 1600 and 4K, or
Yes.
did you work very closely with her at all when she was
Yes.
at
I
her?
made her put me in group chats, but she did majority of her work actually.
Okay, awesome. That's awesome. But you put her, like, you had her put you in group chats. So you were basically teaching her, is what you're saying.
Yes.
You were
Yes.
teaching her, but she was applying. Oh, that's what the magic is, you guys.
But she
You
is
hear that?
only my second strong leg.
The other person has to actually try. Okay, like you can teach them, but you can't make them do it.
And
Hannah.
if you do like it's different doing the work for your customers, but if you do all the work for your promoters and then you back off to help new people that you're joining, then they're going to think you're always going to be there. So you're doing nothing but cripple them.
Take lessons here, guys. Take lessons. Okay, your people have to plug in. You can't tell them every day that to plug in. You plug them into the team. You plug them into the resources. They have to make the decision to do it. So Hannah, I am so proud of you, and thank you so much for sharing. I hope you guys are so inspired by what you're hearing by these ladies. Like, I mean, I'm just absolutely mind blown, and Yeah, I have no doubt. What would you tell one tip, and then I'm going to go to Brittany. What would you give one tip for everybody on here right now that maybe has been struggling, maybe that have been, whatever, going through life? What would you tell them right now if they needed this to work? They need this business to work. Like, I mean, for real, they need this business to work. What would you tell them?
Honestly, I think we all need this business to work for multiple different reasons. My thing is, no matter how hard it is, the nurses on my job will tell you that I'm crazy because I literally, and I work 13-hour days. I go 1 to 3 hours with sleep of night. That's it. And thank God for Thrive, but it's, helping them staying plugged in. I'm forcing my team to stay plugged in. I encourage them, I push them, but you have to be consistent. You can't, like I'm telling my new people, like you can't make a post in the morning and get mad that people didn't see it all day or people didn't comment on day. Like you have to post throughout the day. You have to message people throughout the day. It has to be a consistent thing.
And you're doing all of this while you're like superwoman, like seriously. I'm super proud of you. And here's the thing is like, you just got to find that 5 seconds, that 5 minutes to get that stuff done. Like you can send like 3 or 4 messages, guys. If you have a message saved that you're planning on sending everybody, like if you have a bathroom break, like seriously, if you go pee, like that's when I would do stuff like that. I would go pee and boom, 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 send out 3 messages. I mean, 3 messages is better than none, and then you're not even looking at it. So Hannah, thank you so much, hon. And I hope you have a good night. Go get some sleep, please. Pretty
Thank you. I have a long night, but thank you.
Okay, go get some sleep, at least a couple hours. All right. Brittany Green, you guys, listen. This is probably like one of the hardest people on herself ever. Um, I'm asking to unmute you, Brittany.
I'm unmuted.
Oh, okay. But she came in like a blaze of glory a couple years ago, and I think she beats herself up sometimes. That we all are not. We normally don't all have that pace all the time. Okay, and that's just the reality of it, right? But anybody that knows Brittany knows that she's absolutely just an incredible light and just a good person all around, and you can't help but just, I don't know, you give me warm fuzzies. But she does. But you guys, Brittany came in last night, short. She went 80K back when we had, actually yesterday was her 2-year anniversary of going 80K. And she lost rank like many other people. It's nothing that I think anybody should ever be ashamed of, especially during that double volume situation shit show that we had a couple years ago. It was a blessing and a curse all in one. Okay. But the thing is that, she lost that, but you guys, Brittany yesterday came up, what was it? Like 750 roughly short of 40K of re-ranking at 40K.
Something like that.
And this is where I can tell you the growth happens. Brittany said, it's okay. It's okay. We're going to get there next month. And it was ironic because, and it was ironic, and it was refreshing that Cindy barely missed 12, and Brittany, barely missed 40. And I've got these people, instead of blaming everybody else, instead of blaming their team or blaming even themselves, they were like, it's okay. Like, we're going to get it next month. We grew this much since last month. And they're looking at this in such a good way. And you guys, that is what so many people, I almost said so many of you, well, I hate to say it, but so many of you won't make it because you're going to let yourself get in your own head when you have a setback, when you fall short, when you see other people promoting around you and you feel less than. And, I had a good talk with Brittany. I said, Brittany, I said, it's hard to see this momentum in other teams happening when you have people that you want to see promoting and growing so much, as well. But their goals have to align with that movement, right? So if that alignment isn't there with that movement, then it's not that it's just people, you know, like she has some people that are really off balance, but they're not really working. They're not really, you know, doing, you know, a whole lot. And it's hard to kind of get that momentum happening, but you can't beat yourself up. And I told her, I said, this month, you're going to focus on those people. Shannon wants to go 12K. She's showing up. She's on the Zoom. She's putting in. Shannon, I'm going to beat your head in this month if I hear one negative thing. Okay. Just so you know, heads up, Shannon, you can't go 12K and be negative. Okay. So I love you. She knows I love her. This is all good intentions. Like, this is good rapport. Shannon knows me. And she knows I'm going to smack her around a little bit. But it's all with love, because it's the real talk. You can't have, like I said earlier, you can't have that nasty mindset and expect to be grateful. Like, you can't have both. You've got to make that decision, right? And so we've got a plan. You know, we've got some runners. We've had some new excitement. Brittany also experienced having Kidra came in, and yeah, like, you know, there was that growth, that VIP 100, VIP 1600, 4K, all this stuff. And that's where you have to focus, and then focus on yourself. See, and I'm going to let Brittany talk here in just a second, but Brittany also has 5 kids. She's also got a lot of life happening, you know, a lot of life happening. And you guys, she has 5 kids that are young. Okay. Like, young. Like, oh my God, I was pulling my hair out. Like, can I pick up an extra shift at work? Because I need to get the hell out of the house type of young. Okay. But she's there all the time. And Eric sells life insurance. So he's like traveling and, you know, doing stuff, and he's not always able to be there. I mean, she has nobody but her mom, really. And her mom's got like, sorry, Brittany, I'm like just telling your whole life here. You know, her mom's got her own thing happening and isn't able to watch, you know, the kids very often. So it's like all her. Right? So guess what? Brittany can't be on the same schedule as somebody that doesn't have any kids. Brittany can't be on the same schedule as somebody that maybe their kids are older, like mine. All right. And the reality of it is that we can't beat ourselves up about that. We just have to adjust, and we have to do what's best for us. And, you know, Brittany isn't Kaylee, and Brittany's not me, and Brittany's not Shannon and Crystal and all these people. She's not Cindy. She's, you know, she's her. Brittany's superpower, I don't know, anybody that's ever known her, is literally her lives. And at some point she felt that wasn't good enough. And you guys, she's not ever going to tell you this, but 2 years ago, or even a year ago, when was it that you were getting bullied on a daily?
It was right as I went 80K.
Yeah. So she was getting bullied, guys. Like, I'm talking like on a daily, harassed on all of her posts. She was getting text messages. She was getting these people were going on her business page that she was doing, a travel company, and going and giving her these nasty ass reviews. And it was hitting those spots that they were attacking her as a mother, when all you're doing on a daily is trying to be the best mom you can be and be there for your children and take care of them. And then somebody hits you, lowballs you, and tries to get you to look like a bad person as your mother. Like, the reality of it is like, somewhere along the line, somebody made this girl feel like she wasn't good enough. And gosh darn it, I'm going to tell you, she is so good enough, and she's magical. And everybody that listens to her knows it. They know it, you know. And Brittany, I want you to share a little bit. I mean, obviously, I'm just blobbing your business all over freaking.
It's okay. I blob most of it on Facebook anyway. I just haven't done that a lot lately.
But you know, the reality of it is that Brittany's one of my favorite people on the planet, and I know, I have zero doubt since the day that she joined me that you know, she's going to be at 200K. Like, she's going to be at 200K. And Brittany, I'm going to shut up for a minute, and I'm going to let you talk.
Well, I mean, honestly, 2017, our team went 40K in 8 weeks. So it was really super fast. And then, you know, you just kind of sit there for a while, and then we went 80K, and I'd started a new company we had earned the bonuses when we came in. We went to Disney World for our first time. We had never went. And I'm like, I'm going to be a Disney travel agent, and I'm going to do all these things. And I wasn't even going to talk about that. But that, if I think about it, that probably was a big time in my life where I felt unworthy. We were going through finding out if our son had autism, our youngest son. And I would get things like, you're greedy for posting that stuff. That's why your son is the way he is. That's why God's punishing you because you post about money, because you post about trips. And even though I knew all these things wasn't true, even though you have all these people cheering, you can have that one person that brings you down. And I went through 2018. I ended up quitting the vacation business because, let's be honest, Lavelle is everything. And it just took my time away from my passion for where I wanted to be. And then 2019, we picked up a little bit. In the end of 2019, I started going to the gym, and I started mentally feeling better about myself. I started getting back in my headspace where I needed to be. We went to Jamaica. We've seen so many friends. It was amazing. 2020 came around. And I'll be honest with you guys, this virus hit me in the face. Okay. It hit me dead in the face. I'd been trying to get my insurance license to help with my husband. I was going to train some, and I'd worked so hard to get that because it's always nice to have something extra there. But then my kids were suddenly home from school, all 5 of them together. My son has IEPs. They had mandatory Zooms. They had mandatory Google Classmates. And I went from having all this time to myself to be able to work my business, to do this, do that, to be at home for the past 11 weeks, 24 hours a day, all day long in our house with 5 kids. Mind you, one of mine has also ADHD and some other things going on. And my youngest has nonverbal autism. He's 4, plus the other 3 on top of that. It's chaos. And I found myself not going live. And I found myself, when I would try to go live, I'd be like, nobody even cares about what I'm saying anymore. Nobody wants to hear it. And I'd started losing myself, and I started thinking, does it even matter anymore? And then on top of that, I would scroll and I would start comparing myself to other people, to other leaders, not in a bad way. In no way was it bitter. It was more of a way of, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing that's not? But the thing that I wasn't doing is I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing, but I didn't know how. And when you get stuck in that place, and it was mine, and it wasn't, I can't just blame it all on my kids and being home and having my plate full. I can't blame it on all that, because a lot of it was just me, and I would numb myself to everything that was going on, and I would just shut down, and I wouldn't get on Zooms. And I would be in my team chat every day. Let's say that. Even if I wasn't on Facebook, I'd be in my team chat every day, but I'd got to, like Candace said, I just didn't care. It's not that I didn't care about my customers or my team. I just didn't care about myself, and I didn't believe in myself. And plus, like, the Ultimate Thriver came out, like, March was booming, and that second week in March, it's like everything exploded. And yes, it was for everybody, but for me in that time, I don't know. And over these past couple months, May, I struggled really, really bad, to the point where I didn't even want to look at myself in the mirror. And I know that sounds crazy, but really bad. I struggled, and I didn't share it, and I didn't want to talk about it. And I get tired of talking about it in live sometimes, because I feel like that's a cycle of Brittany. But that's mom life too. It is. And some days when I have my 4-year-old and he is crying all day long because he cannot tell me what he wants to eat, what he wants to drink, I don't know if his head's hurting. It's a constant battle. And I start to feel like I'm not good enough as a mom. And then that trickles on to I'm not good enough as a wife. And then that trickles on to maybe I'm not good enough as a leader. And when she says I beat myself up, I do. And that's my weakness. And let me be totally honest here. Seeing the momentum from people, especially like Kaylee Croup, I was like, oh my gosh. At the same time, I was happy for her, but I'm like, that could be me. What are you doing? Why are you not doing what they're doing? What is wrong with you? And I would compare myself. And this is going to sound crazy. If y'all don't know this, my husband's a preacher. And when I say God works in mysterious ways, and if you don't believe him, that's fine too. But I never know what he's going to preach, ever. That's just some kind of like code thing we have. I don't ask him what he's preaching. It's none of my business. I get it when everybody else gets it. And he preached about the sin of comparison. And as he talked about it, and talked about how it is, a lot of times we get so stuck in the fact that we start looking and comparing our lives to everyone else, or we trick ourselves into thinking ours isn't good enough. When in reality, there's people today that would trade places with probably half of us on here to be where we're at. And instead of me comparing and worrying about whose volume's this and whose volume's that, why am I not just congratulating them? And you know what? I started doing that. I started just congratulating and going through all of these posts and loving on things. And you know how much better I started to feel because I'm cheering for them? That's what we should be doing. But then he went into it and he said, I just got these 3 things that he came from, and it was the end, and 3 things to help you without comparison, because that's my biggest weakness. And first of all, we can't compare oranges to apples, and that's what Amanda talks. We are all different leaders. We all do different things, and we all are successful. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses, but stay in your lane. Stay in your lane was the number one thing. And as long as we're staying in our lane and we're cruising our lanes and we're doing what we need to do, regardless if I was to go 40K last month, if I hadn't had showed up and talked to Amanda and try to reach out and change something, even if I would have hit 40K, I would have mentally still not been prepared for it, and I would have still mentally been stuck for June. When I had to just realize it happened, now it happened, and that's fine. And so many re-ranked at 4K, and so many are getting this, and so many are getting that everybody's month is different. And every month, I heard this on Stacy's Zoom the other night, every month is not your month, and that stuck with me so much. So stay in your lane, keep your eyes straight ahead, put your blinders on, don't compare, just cheer. Like literally, if you catch yourself feeling bitter or feeling like you're not good enough because this person's this and this person's this, let me tell you something. And I'm sorry, I keep calling Kaylee Crew, but my God, she went 200K. She's at the top of the company. If you go look at her, she's busting her butt. She's in her stories 24/7. She's cheering her team on. She's doing this, she's doing that. That's why she went 200K, not because she's sobbing and scrolling on Facebook and comparing herself to everybody else and not getting on Zooms and not admitting that she's not personal development and not doing the things she need to do. That's the difference. She had her blinders on. She was staying in her lane. But the very last one is when you get stuck, when you feel like there's nothing left to do, when you feel like you're not going to rise back up from those ashes, the only thing that's going to fix it is for you to just start running again. That's it. Amanda can't fix it for you. Kayla Fox's emails, as freaking amazing as they are, she can't fix it for you. You have to do it for yourself. You have to do it scared. You have to do it unsure. You have to do it even if you have tears in your eyes, and you have to tell people that all of your business like I do, even though it makes me relatable.
Dude, that's therapeutic.
It's what you do. And I'd got so involved in who's liking my stuff. Is anybody even caring? And I'd let those likes and those comments or who didn't like, or I'd let that eat away at me, but it didn't matter because I'd got away from the fact that if just one person got something out of what I was saying, that was the goal. And I had to get back to that. And between watching all these amazing women cheer each other on this weekend and watching these group chats and watching all the love from my team and their team and even my team at the very last day, we were rallying, we were pushing, and we got close, and that's okay because we did our best.
Yep.
That's what you need to focus on. If you don't get anything out of this, if you are doing your best and you know you're getting on Zooms and you know you're following up with people and you know you're checking those emails daily and you know you're getting people, if you know what you're doing, then be happy about it. Give yourself grace. Stop comparing and start cheering. And this month, if you're stuck, just start running again. If you're scared, just do it anyway, because the only way that you're going to get back. And when she says I went live every day for almost 3 years, I did every day. And then I stopped, and it crippled me to even think about going live. And so what did I do this morning? I just did it, and I'm going to do it tomorrow again, and I'm going to do it tomorrow again. And even if I don't know what to say, I'm just going to do it again, and I'm going to do it again. Because if I'm helping one person, then in reality, I'm going to get eventually to where I need to be. And I'm done slinging snot now.
So can I just tell you guys this? Obviously you can tell the kind of person that Brittany is. She's got such a big heart that she is just like, she wants to wrap everybody in her arms, and she wants to just like take them on this journey and like help them. Okay. And I've had to have this conversation with her that, she can love her team and support her team, but she does not have to be there 24/7 for her team. And she wants her team like she wants them. I mean, she tells me that's conversations that we're having, like how much she wants this person to get to hear and this person to get to hear. And, you know, I know I want to see them all do that too, but they don't need Brittany to answer every question. They can go to the team page. And she's got to realize that, like, she's got to make some boundaries and put some boundaries up, and those are healthy. Okay. Those are healthy. And also, and this is a lesson to every single one of you guys, if you ever go through something hard, like Cindy did, like Hannah did, like Brittany did, like I have, like, I mean, each one of you guys, I can tell you a piece of your life over the last, if you've been with us the last few years, of something that's gone on that has just knocked the breath out of you and knocked you backwards. I want you to understand it's okay to heal. And it's okay to feel. Like, it's okay. It's okay if your momentum slows down a bit while you go through whatever it is you're going through. But keep putting one foot in front of the other. You don't have to be a rock star. You don't have to be 24/7. You don't have to all of these things, okay? As long as you keep on going forward, because I'm going to tell you, there's something about this community. There's something about this team. I'm biased. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. I'm biased. I don't care. I am. But it is. It's a culture. It really is. It's culture. You can call it a cult. I don't give a shit. All right. But it's my freaking culture. These are my people. Right. And it's a loving atmosphere. And that is what we create. Okay. We create that. And we can achieve anything we want to, as long as we can grab each other's hands and we can each pick each other up when we're going through those hard times, and we can love people through the hard times. You ever hear that saying, if you can't love me at my worst, then you don't get me at my best? And that is what you have to do for your team. You have to love them at their worst, because if not, buddy, you're never going to see their best, because they're going to tell you to fuck off. All right. Brittany would probably never tell me to fuck off. I can't even hear her saying those words. But the reality of it is that the lesson that we've learned here is that literally is like, you have to stay in your lane, and you don't have to be you don't have to have all the stories. You don't have to have all of the pretty beautiful pictures, like Kaylee's like that, all these beautiful pictures. But my point is that you don't have to have all of that. Like, I don't have all these beautiful pictures, crazy pictures, and I'm a 200K, I'm cool. I'm all right, but the reality of it is I still show up. I'll make excuses. I mean, I do make excuses. If I can't show up, I'm not there. It's not an excuse. It's just the reality. It's like, I can't fit this in today. Like, okay, I'm not there. That's not an excuse. But every day I work my business different. You're not going to see me blowing up my stories. Why? Because it's just not how I run my business. You're going to see me doing TikToks. You're going to see me being like, seriously, the hot mess that I am. That's what you're going to see. People like that, though. I mean, I get a lot of feedback from that hot mess. And I want you to know that. And that's what I had to remind Brittany of, this past, month, is that, Brittany, you just be you. You just be you. And it's okay if you're going through things. Like, you can share it or you don't have to share it. You don't have to be all things. But let's just stay focused, and let's focus on new, and let's do the actions. And I guarantee she's going to start seeing this stuff happen. So I love you, Brittany, so much. And I appreciate you. You helped so many people on here tonight, because there are people that feel like they're not good enough. There are people that look side to side and wonder what it is that they're doing wrong. There's people that constantly compare themselves because, for me, I mean, you can imagine, when I was speaking on stage for the very first time, guys, mark number 2 in the company, like, I'd earned, like, I better not say it on this recording because I'll end up getting in trouble with compliance. But anyways, number 2 in the company, and it was like over $500,000 my first year that I earned in commissions. Okay. And I'm standing on stage with that, and I'm 300 pounds. I'm not the epitome of perfect body weight. I'm not the ideal of health and wellness. And here I am, number 2 in the company. I didn't have to look perfect. I just had to want to help people. And I think at the end of the day, that's what we have to remember, is that it's just about helping people, just like Cindy talked about. Like, she didn't hit 12K, but she helped 10 people thrive for free, And anyways, I'm so inspired. Brittany, if there's one thing that you tell people before I pull Kayla on, I told Kayla, I said, I'm so sorry. I'm like, we're like, yeah. Anyway, this is a really good Zoom. So anybody that like hopped off, like, yeah, I tell them to come back and listen to this stuff because it's awesome. Is there anything that you'd tell anybody right now, like going off into the rest of June? Because I mean, really, like the sky's the limit. Like anything can happen.
If you have leaders that are posting Zooms in chats, if you have leaders that are sending you the emails and sending you all these things, use those tools. They're sending them to you for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people feel overwhelmed by them, but there's so much there. You just have to utilize it and actually work it and do it.
Yeah.
Just show up.
I love you, Brittany. And by the way, Brittany, Amy Hobson and you on the same goal, same pathway. I want to get you and her in a chat with me, and us all work together this month to keep on pushing and keep you focused and going to town with it. Okay. I love you. Mwah. Brittany's going to be 40K this month, and we're going to get her back. We're going to get her closer to 60 and halfway to 80K solid. Right. So I love you, Brittany. And then we're going 200K. But anyhow, all right. Kayla Fox, my girl. All right, you guys, listen, I've been talking to Kayla the past couple of days, and we have some exciting stuff going on. And I just want to say this because I know some of you guys, we're going to talk about these promotions, and then if you already have like a team page like for customers or whatever from your upline, then you can hop off. So we'll talk about the promotion stuff first, and then if you want to listen, we've got some ideas. You definitely can. But if you already have your own thing, you're welcome to listen too, so that you can kind of utilize those same things. But so Kayla, did your head spin whenever they were talking? Because I was listening to those referral things and I wrote down 25 for 25 because Cindy was talking about getting mini experiences out. And then she was like, hey, but you know, these 25 credits, like I need to rethink this. Think like this. I was like, oh my gosh. If you get a mini experience for $25 and you create a free customer account, now you've just earned $25 towards your promote or your first order. So I'm like, gosh, you're like giving them their money right back to take off their first month Thrive experience. And they're going to get an extra thing of shakes. 25 for 25, like literally, like they're handing you the $25 and you're saying, here's the 25 credits when you try your product to get off your system. Like my brain, I just had to say that because I wrote it down like when she was talking, I was like, oh my gosh, like that's gold. That is literally giving people their money back from your sample pack. But you're not really giving them their money back. You're pocketing the money and the company's giving them the 25 credits back. So that could be golden. That could be a close. Here you go. You can try this and then you're going to get $25 off your experience. So there's no money lost, right? So anyways, Kayla, I know you have a ton of ideas. Why are you still muted?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think I had to update my Zoom right before I got on, and I think it's a new update. So
okay. It is. My daughter actually updated mine over the weekend and changed my name to Blakely, and I found that out at 6 o'clock this morning on our morning Zoom when I logged in, and it said my name was Blakely because she's been making YouTube videos for her new YouTube channel. Anyways, homeschooling, y'all, I'm not meant for it. I'm just letting you guys know. So many things was going through my mind during like everything, and I just hope your fire was lit, and I hope that I can just pour some fuel on that. I just want you to know whenever you don't feel like doing stuff, because we all get to that place where we don't feel like doing, y'all know I like push the core 4 like crazy. When you don't feel like doing the core 4, when you don't feel like posting on your stories, when you don't feel like posting a status, when you don't feel like messaging, when you don't feel like adding new friends, when you don't feel like following up, like we all go through that, but you do it anyways because the feeling is going to follow. Like I want you to know 100% the feeling is going to follow. I truly believe the entire day, the motto of every Zoom I have been on could be wrapped up with belief is half the battle. Like I truly think that could be it, because this morning when Kaylee got on and we were talking about her promotion, and I was like, Haley, so you were like 25,000 away Saturday morning, and I don't think you've ever done like 25,000 in legit sales in a 48-hour period. So what was your thought process? And she's like, I never doubted it. I just knew other people had done it. I'd seen other people do it. And so I was like, so we're going to do it. And I'm like, that's it. And then whenever I heard that girls talk before I talked, and they were just like, belief. As soon as I think it was Hannah, somebody came on her team and she saw them blow up, and she's like, I saw her blow up, so we blew up. And it's like, that's all it is. It's belief is half the battle. So I want you to understand, perception is your reality. What are you perceiving right now? You've got to start watching your words. Do not leave this Zoom. Y'all, it's June 1st. Like, how cool is it that we're getting to do this on June 1st? Do not leave this Zoom and say ever this month, customers are hard for me. Ever this month, promoters are hard for me. You only say, hey, I remember hearing that story on the Zoom where that girl went from 2,200 to 26,000. I remember hearing that story on that Zoom where one girl came in, changed everything for them, did 6,000 in her first month. I remember hearing on that Zoom, whatever, like, you've been proven that it can happen. So I'm just super excited. Like I said, belief is half the battle. Even when you don't feel like doing it, do it and know that the feelings are going to follow. Also, if you do feel like you've been pulled back, because I think, we saw a lot of people have success last month, and then a lot of people feel like they're being pulled back, like they're being stuck. I want you to know 100%, yeah, you're being pulled back, but that is only like in a slingshot. It's pulling you back only to propel you so much further than where you even started. So yeah, maybe you went 200K and maybe you've been pulled back to 40. Yeah. And now I just want you to know, like, it truly is just ready to propel you and put you so much further past 200K than you could even realize. Whatever that scenario looks like for you, I want you to believe, like I said, belief is half the battle. I want you to believe that you have been pulled back in your slingshot, ready to go. And as soon as you believe that, I can promise you, you're going to propel so much further past anything you could imagine. And the company, like what they have set us up with, $25 credits are like my favorite thing ever. I mean, y'all, I have been like not Googling, but I've been looking at all the Facebook pages that I'm on, and looking at how everybody else is posting. I've seen half price off of Rest. I've seen, all kinds of different things that we can kind of push with this and have so much fun with it. The first thing I did, and I want to see in chat right now for the 99 that's still on here, how many customers are you claiming by January 12th? Because that's the first thing I asked my team. I was like, how many customers are you claiming? I am so big on claiming your club. I'm so big on claiming your number because I like a countdown. So as soon as I claim my number, I get a piece of notebook paper, and let's say I claim like 20. So I'm going to number 1 through 20, and I start writing them down. Number 20, their name gets wrote down. Number 19, their name gets wrote down. And I get to see myself count down to where I want to be. It's power for me. Katie, I see you with 40. Jessica, 50 free accounts. Misty's claiming 2 to 5 a day. Like, come on. Like, this is what just fuels my fire. 30 new customer accounts. And guys, what's so cool is that we get to offer them $25 off. And like Amanda was saying, the 25 for 25 is gold. My entire business has been built with mini experiences. I'm here because of a mini experience. So if you're not pushing those, for sure, start pushing them. 3-way chats are magic right now. I did a 3-way chat with Chas today. Like, y'all, I do 3-way chats. I'm very big on them. If you're not using them, start. But just make this month be the month where, like I said, you do the things and know the feeling is going to follow. Because I think so many of us were waiting to be motivated, we're waiting to be excited, or we get on a Zoom like this and we leave and we're like, oh my gosh, so on fire, let's do all these things. And it lasts like 3 days. And then we stop. And I don't want that. Anybody can do anything for 30 days. Anybody can do anything for 30 days. This has been said to me over and over and over again today. You can do this every day for 30 days. But it's got to be with that note that you have to know you're going to have to do things even when you don't want to do them, and know 100% the feeling is going to follow. I promise you it will. So some other things that really changed my business in May and that I'm going to continue in June, VIP group chats. When you have somebody get in their VIP period, put them in a 3-way chat with your sponsor, with your, whoever, and y'all run together. I was talking to Stephanie Grawcheck and asking her, and she's the one that said, run with those VIPs, get them in a 3-way chat with you and run like promos for them and help them with posting and help them with messaging and give them exact scripts to use, because that's part of their coaching and part of their training. Completely changed my business. We had so many VIPs last month, so many VIPs. And then those VIPs created so many 12Ks and a 40K. And I mean, just do it. But I love a fresh month. I love a new beginning. And now, like I said, with the company doing double, triple fast starts, okay, back in chat, who's claiming double, triple fast starts?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to know.
And you know what, Kayla, I know you're like on a roll here, but I want to say this. there's so many people that say that as soon as double, triple come out, they automatically say, I've never earned that. I'm not going to get it. And they don't even try because they think I don't have these incentives to give. And I'll honestly tell you, and Kayla can be my witness, I have not dropped an incentive for double, triple fast start yet. Why? Why have I not? And she knows it's strategy. She knows it's all strategy, you know, when it comes to, and here's the reason, because I want to teach everybody first how they themselves can get it. Because if I just throw out these promos, then what I found from a learning curve is a lot of times people then believe that they can't get it if they don't have that same promo to offer. So I want to tell you this, if you sign somebody this week that gets a 400 pack, on Tuesday, you can give them $80. That's your fast start bonus. Okay. You do that for 2 people. That's money that you can offer them. I can offer you your fast start bonus back. This is what I'm going to make on you. Okay. Right. You don't have to offer the 150. You don't have to offer. The more you offer, like literally, the less likely they're ever to buy that ever again. Right. I mean, of course, sometimes there's a period when you go aggressive, just like we did, you know, with Kaylee towards the end of that to get her closed in. But the reality of it is that you want those people to sell those mini experiences. So right now, you know, if you have people that came in last month and they bought those mini experiences, we need to show them, you know, how. So don't discredit yourself, because Kayla's going to bring some fire here. I know her. She's got notes. Like, and I just totally like messed her up for a minute, but she's got notes. Like I said, she's a teacher. She's organized. I'm not. But if you get it out of your mind right now, please take it out of your mind right now that you can't do this, because I talk about pre-selling. Kayla, are you going to talk about pre-selling those, like selling those mini experiences?
We can, for sure.
Maybe we should do a live or something about pre-selling them later. We'll touch that later. We'll do a live or something tomorrow. You go ahead and finish what you got wrote down, because I know you've got notes.
You're so silly. I don't have that many notes because this was like legit right after the call. And so like I've only got a little bit of notes, but Wednesday morning, like I'm already like so excited about Wednesday morning because I will have my game plan together by Wednesday morning. But yeah, for sure I'm getting triple fast starts. For sure I'm getting a ton of customers by the 12th. Like I am. Kaylee told me belief is everything. So I can guarantee you I'm believing everything right now. She taught me that this morning and I'm running with it. So yeah, like I know y'all talked a little bit about host to post. They work. It's your choice if you want to do those or not, but don't do it just once or twice or even 3 times. You have to stay consistent with it to really start seeing it pay off. But host to post brought in so many of our sales. I know it helped a ton of people promote on other teams that started using them. And I think, like Amanda was saying, people just overthink it. I message all of my customers and I'm like, hey, can you do me a favor? Yeah, for sure. Can you make a post for me? All you got to do is say, you know, Kayla's looking for 3 more people that want some extra energy in the summer. My friend Kayla's looking for 3 more people that want to lose weight in the summer. I'm on the system and absolutely loving it. Who else wants the details? They make that status. They tag me in it. I make it go to my saved post, not on my timeline. And I message every single person that comments, and we're getting them thriving for free and possibly switching them to a promoter. I also launched my customer page today. Amanda, do you want me to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, it says Kayla has some good ideas, and Kayla, you can actually apply some of them, because see, and this is where I wanted to make sure that talk about it, because Jamie has a customer group. Okay. Kayla has a customer that's working. It's working for them. Okay. It is working for them. And Kayla really wanted to launch out this. She had all these different ideas. And we were already in motion, and we were gonna pair up last night. I was talking to Kaylee about it. But the thing is that Kayla already had like all of this blueprint. So I was like, oh no, girl, let's do it. Like we're staying on the track here. And I know I've talked to Brittany and I've talked to Amy about it a good bit. And like, they are definitely got some different ideas happening here, and Kayla, blast them out, because Kayla, you might want to use some of these too.
Okay. So first off, one more thought I just had for double, triple fast starts. I promise all this is going to be wrote down by Wednesday morning, but make sure you message all your customers and just say, hey, I know you're still loving the product. I just had to ask if you've thought any more about making money while using the product, because we just had our June specials launch. And that's all I send. we
Mhm.
thought any more about making money while using the product because our June specials just launched. They're going to come back and say, okay, what's the details? Because people are curious. Even if they're not interested, they want to know. But I know if I can start having them ask questions and I can start having them say yes, they're going to keep doing it. So I'm messaging all my customers. But today, before I knew all this, I messaged all my customers and I just said, hey, I started this new customer group. Here's the link to it. Since you already have a customer account, you get direct access. You can invite friends, but they have to have a customer account first. And, I just sent that out. I like mass message to all my customers. I didn't get through them all because Facebook started kind of slowing down. I was like, you're about to block me. So I stopped, but I'll start back tomorrow. But anyway, so I sent that out and people were responding. One girl responded back and said, how do you make money with this? And so it's just, it's just make sure you're having conversations with your customers right now. As far as my customer group goes, we have designated different days. Like Monday is meal planning. So we did all the meal planning today. Tuesday is transformation. They're going to shout out their goals. We're going to share transformations. Wednesday's workout. We're sharing at-home workouts. Thursday is a plus line product. And Friday is if they flex, then they get to be entered for prizes. I want to have prizes and incentives. Weekend, once a week, we are going to offer the opportunity in our customer group every week, every weekend. And then probably something else on the weekend. But that way every day, we kind of have a layout of what we want going on in there. We want to serve our customers like never before. And I want my team putting their customers in there because if they fall off, because that happens, if they ever quit, I want their customers still being taken care of. And if that customer ever decides to switch to a promoter, because we know the best promoters usually are customers first, we have them in the data, we have them ready to go and we've been serving them and they get to see the tribe that they get to already be a part of.
And that is exactly what Kaylee's idea was, and that her and I, like, that we were talking about. And that's, Kayla, when you were telling me what you wanted to do, I was like, you've got to run with it, because what you're feeling right now is exactly the reason why she started it and for her team. And it's part of a community. And that's why I felt like, and here's the thing, guys. The reason why, Kaylee's got a team that is very involved, that is working, and they're all growing, and they've got this momentum, but they're a community, okay, happening, right? And Kayla has that as well. And she's got people that are, we've just got the momentum rolling right now. And that's also kind of why, I want to bring in and I want to welcome anybody, Kayla and I talked about this. And we want to welcome anybody, that wants to be part of it. If you're on Kaylee's team, please make sure you're staying there, but you're still welcome to come in our group too. It's really for anybody that has a customer account.
Yeah,
Right.
and what's really cool is, like, I'm going to go live tomorrow and just title it, look at what I'm doing, or guess what I'm doing for you guys. And I'm going to go live and be like, y'all, I got this group you're going to want to be a part of. Let's talk meal planning. Let's talk workout ideas. Let's talk, all the things, prizes and games, and just, you want to be a part of this. And P.S., whenever they say, yes, I want to be a part of that, and I message them like, girl, all you got to do to be a part of this is make your free customer account. And I'm going to go ahead and preload that with $25 in credits. So they're getting access to this special, it's called VIP Thrive Society or something like that. Yeah. Whenever they get access to the VIP Thrive Society, they're also getting their account preloaded with $25 in credit. So you get to kind of double dip because of how the company set this up right now, which is super exciting.
I'm dying because Cindy's saying that you talk so fast. And I was like, yeah, I talk fast too. I get it. It's so funny because she gets excited, Kaylee. But I wanted you to hear what she was saying there with that. Have your team reach out to their customers and they can add them, maybe do a drawing or something, people that get added and get those $25 credits.
That's when we first started for our group to expand. That's what we did too.
Yeah, it's huge. And especially with these 25 credits, I think it's going to be amazing. And you have something amazing going on. And you guys, sometimes it's hard to get that created when you don't have a big team. So that's why if you see somebody that's creating something like that, it's okay to utilize those resources. And, I can tell you, these ladies are both team players. Kaylee even said it last night, she doesn't care if you're on our team or you're not. And Kayla felt the same way. And I know that Kayla, Amy, and Brittany are going to kind of work together on it as well. And we're super excited. So if you want to be part of that, and I know Jamie Pekka has a team page or a group, a customer page, but it's more of an informative page. It's more of an informative page, okay? And it's not super like customers don't post in it and so forth. And I really feel like we need that. We need that community. We need people to feel like they're part of our tribe and feel open to talking about these things that maybe, you know, they're trying to accomplish and so forth. So I love these ideas that Kayla's bringing to the table. I think it could be a game changer. I think it could be, Shannon's excited. Brittany, Shannon's excited. She's like, we need this. Oh my God, can we make this ASAP? It's already made. Brittany can add, Brittany, yeah. So Brittany can tell your team about it, you know, tomorrow. If you need to explain it, you know, you can explain it, but nobody can be added without a customer account. They have to answer that question to be added. And the thing is, guys, is that, and Kaylee, I'm so sorry we keep on using you as an example. I'm so sorry we keep on using an example, but truly it is. It's a reminder to me of when your team's coming together and when your team's working together and your team's creating things that create community and bonds and everybody's running towards these things. That's when you have that incredible momentum. And I know Kayla and I have done so much talking and planning and figuring out, okay, this is where, because Kayla wants to overshoot her goal this month as well, like by a lot. And, you know, we're working on a game plan, and we know that in order to have that happen, we've got to also have that community, not just with our team, but our customers. And that's where Kaylee, like you inspired me, and I know inspired Kayla to say, okay, like we need to create something like that for, and my customers like needed something like that too. A place that I could say, you know what, because I'm going to be spending, listen, when I tell you guys that I'm going to be doing the do, tomorrow's my only day off. Okay. Tomorrow's it for me. Cause I got to work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I keep on like really being dramatic about this, but I only work this week. Okay. So I'm being really dramatic about this, but I got to work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I'm like, okay, like what day this week can I do this? Tomorrow is the day that I'm going to send out messages to all my customers, every single one of my current customers. And guess what, guys? If, you know, if they know anybody that has, like, I'm going to ask them to go and post, because then they can get referrals and get $25 added into their thing. So I can do a host of posts of my friends, like that are customers of mine. And I'm just totally, I don't know if Kayla already said this or not, but it just like dawned on, it was like a ding, ding, ding in my head when I was saying it, is that I can reach out to those current customers and I can say, listen, will you go make a post, because I want to get your friends added and we're going to do a giveaway, you know, in this whatever. But you're like, I want to get you thriving for free next month. Like, I want to get you thriving for free, or as Cindy said, as close to possible thriving for free, right? And you're going to get $25 added to your account. Boom. If you create a customer account, you give them that customer referral link, and like, I'm already, oh my God, my brain is, I might get the auto elite bonus this month because I just like had a freaking boom, 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 firework. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I got sidetracked. But you guys, that's gold. Did you hear what I just said there? Please tell me you heard what I just said there. Because my mind is saying, oh my God, I might get the auto elite bonus this month. And I'm not a big customer signer. Okay, I'm not. But I'm like, that's gold. Between what I learned from Cindy and Hannah, and, you know, I mean, seriously, I'm inspired, so inspired. And honestly, Brittany kind of inspired me to go live. That's why I went live this morning, because I was like, man, I just need to make that connection with people. And it doesn't matter if I'm really talking about Thrive or if I'm just whatever. If they see my face, people have gone on a journey with me today. They've gone on workouts with me and so forth. Kayla, go ahead and talk, because my kid's like standing over top my head, and I can just tell dying.
Why there food?
You're fine. You're fine. I'll just say this. Like, as soon as this morning, as soon as I woke up, so you can go to Lowe's, and you know where the backdrops are? Well, I don't think they're supposed to be backdrops, but I use them for backdrops. I don't really know what they are. Chad, what are these things?
This is paneling.
Okay, so paneling at Lowe's. or Home Depot, you can also get dry erase boards. And so we got like this massive dry erase board and we had them cut it into 3 different ones. And so I like got my dry erase board and I started writing everything down. I was like, this person's going 40K and this person's going 40K. This person's going 80K. This person's going 120K. This is my 4Ks. This is my 12K. Like I was just breaking it down. And that way I have a visual because I'm a visual person. Amanda, what are you thinking right now?
Dry erase board to hang as your backup or your backboard.
Yeah.
Write your team's goals on, and I don't have to lose my goals. Oh shit, that's a game changer, guys. I used to have a great big old board, ambassador chart on my walls, you know. And you guys, you know what Kayla told me the other day, and Kayla, I hope you went and put that number on your bathroom window or mirror. Kayla told me the other day her goals, and you guys, Kayla's like, how much money did you make in May? Like, because, and it's not an intimidating factor. She wanted to know because she wanted to set a goal for herself. She wanted to know that it was possible. And you guys, I want to tell you, she told me a number that she wanted to make, and I said, Kayla, I got to show you something. And it was my cover photo. The number that she said was my cover photo that I made 4 years ago. And it was on my bathroom. And my daughter had wrote on with a Sharpie, like, I believe in you, Mom, you can do it. And I hit that number with Lavelle, not in my previous company, but I hit it with Lavelle. And you got to write these things down, just like your team's goals. Like if you're not writing your team's goals, like, I mean, you guys, have you seen the notebooks that I have? Like I write it down and I'm like, okay, I'm on top of it. When I say I lose it, I don't, because I use the same notebook all month long. So I don't lose it. But the reality of it is that you have to get zoned in and focused on the actions and the intention. And you have to make the decision that you can do it. Like you have to make the decision. It can't be a can't, it can't be a how. And if you're on the Zoom right now and you're not getting Kayla's emails, that needs to change immediately. You know, you always hear copy the right cat. Okay. What she has is gold. She's organized and she's got a system, and that works. Okay. It works. Get on these Zooms, get on the calls. I'm so sorry. This is like almost 2 hours tonight, guys. But if you make a plan and you can listen to the recordings, you can, you know, whatever, get the backdrops, make your goals, figure out the breakdown, exactly how many people you're going to message a day. Listen, please nobody get mad at me, okay? When I say this, I saw a couple people say that they were going to talk to 2 people a day or 2 customers a day. I want to strongly encourage you to level up. I want to strongly encourage you to level up, because if you don't today I was doing a plank and I had my foot in a bungee, left foot in the bungee, and I'm doing a sideways plank, okay? And I'm there and I am legit shaking, like shaking. And all I could keep on saying, if I just stare at this little fucking piece of sweat that is on the ground, I am going to make it. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. And then I fell. I said, okay. So the next time I got up and did it, I tried even harder. And I'd hold my legs in. I don't know if you guys have ever done like the leg drop thing, like where your legs go clear down to the ground, but they don't touch the ground, and your arms are clear down to the ground behind you. That shit's hard. And then you come back up and you go back up and then you go clear back down. And you're not allowed to touch the ground. You're raising and lowering your legs. Anyways, that stuff's hard. But if you give up when it's hard, you're never going to be able to do it. You're never going to get those rock hard abs. You're never going to be able to lift stuff. You're never going to be able to have the endurance that you want. But you got to keep on doing it in order to get better at it, right? So the same thing applies to this business. If you don't listen to the calls, if you don't hear these aha moments, if you don't get yourself inspired, if you don't hear the downfalls and the hard times, then when you go through those downfalls and those hard times, you're not going to be able to recoup, because you're going to think everybody's got the highlight reel. The reality of it is that this team is so strong because we're transparent. We don't try to sugarcoat it. We let you know, like, I mean, if you ever see my business post, I'm like, listen, if you don't want to work, I don't want to work with you. Like, I'm straight up, because I don't want to work with you. I'm not going to babysit you. I will guide you. I will support you, and I will love the shit out of you. And I'll get my shirt off my back. Like, I'll run around naked for you if you want. But I will not drag your ass. I won't. And when you start getting negative, I'm going to cut you off. Because you're ruining my mindset now. And everybody else's mindset I've got to help inspire today. And you got to protect your own heart, guys. You got to protect your mindset. You got to protect your body. You got to protect all these things, right? And Kayla, oh gosh, okay. I've got so many things that I've just gotten from what you've talked about tonight too. Is there anything else that you can think of that we should, before we wrap it up? You don't get the emails from Kayla. How do I sign up? Okay, you copy and paste that, Misty, and share it with everybody that signs with you. Like, share it with everybody that signs with you. So we're going to post, I think we're going to post it. We'll probably post about that group on Level Up. We're not going to post on the Dream Team because Steph Greichek has her own. I think Kayla Oliver, like, people have their own, like, Lisa's got a big team out there. So we'll put it like in the Dream Team page or in the Level Up page. And if you're not on that and you want to be part of it, you're more than welcome. Just inbox one of us. Okay. If your team already has something in place, like, please utilize that, just because that's you guys, whatever. So I love you all. Anybody got anything else left to say? Because we've been on here for an hour and 50 minutes, and I apologize for being so long-winded. But I was like, I've cried and got excited, and I'm fired up, and I'm looking forward to like an amazing, amazing June.
Yeah, me too. I was going to see if we could stop the recording for me to say something real quick, because
Yes.
what I want to say, it can't be recorded.
Yeah, hold on a second. I'll
Okay.
stop it right now.